Okay, let's look through this question first. Let's practice factorizing this. Okay, for those of you, if you notice, we are dealing with pairwise factorization. All right, so pairwise factorization, we need to factorize this part and this part. Okay, so that we can take out the common factor from there and we have successfully factorized it. So let's see what can we do. So in this case, if you notice, I can take out A, and what's left in my bracket, that's gonna be B plus 1. Correct or not? Where does this 1 come from? Alright, always remember, if you look at an unknown, if you were to remove that unknown, it's only going to be 1 over there. Okay, because if an unknown is by itself, there's always a 1 hiding behind it. Right, do always remember that. So if I take out A over here, what I'm left with is just 1. Alright, well, we can always check this back, it's always correct. Alright, A times B, that will give me AB, A times 1, that will give me A. Makes sense? Alright, but what about this guy? Now, to do pairwise factorization, alright, if you notice over here, there's nothing we can factorize, right? Okay, but to do pairwise factorization, we want this to be in this form over here, like there's something out and there's something inside the bracket. But again, B plus 1, there's nothing we really can factorize it except for the number 1, right? So if I take out the number 1 over here, if I factorize out 1, what will happen? So let's see. If I factorize out 1, what is going to be inside my bracket now? It's going to be the same thing. B plus 1, right? Now, most of the time, if we have an expression we factorize by 1, is most of the time it's not going to be useful, but it's going to be useful in pairwise. Why? Because we have this part and this part in its factorized form, and if you notice, there is a common factor now, right? So if there's a common factor, I can factorize this further, correct? So I can take out B plus 1 as a common factor. So B plus 1. So if I take that out, what's left in my bracket? So what is left is going to be this and this combined. It's going to be A plus 1. Alright, so we have done it over here. And this is my answer after I have factorized it. Okay? Okay, of course, for everyone to cross-check, feel free to expand this and you should get back the same expression on top over here. Okay? Now what about this one? Okay, again, we are dealing with pairwise. One pair here, another pair here. Alright, so we will factorize out accordingly. So if you notice here, there's x squared, so I can take out x squared. So if I take out x squared, what's left in my bracket? That's gonna be y minus 1. Alright, don't forget there's always a 1 hiding behind here, okay? And then over here, plus, there's gonna be plus. I can take out 2 in this case, alright? So what's gonna be left inside is gonna be y minus 1 also, okay? So again, in my expression right now, I see there's a common factor, alright? So I can take that out. So if I were to take that out, I will have y minus 1 and I will have x squared plus 2 combined. So this is my factorized form for this expression over here, okay? That last example here will be a bit tricky, alright? So you might notice again, it is another example of pairwise factorization. So, okay, this and this over here. Now, take a look at this. We want to, factorize this. But what can we do? Alright? So take a look at this properly and ask yourself, do you recognize these as difference of square? I would like to give everyone a big tips over here. When question is asking you to factorize, simplify, try to always look out for difference of square. Okay? Difference of square is like a mouse, is always hiding everywhere. So be very careful about that. So yes, difference of square. So we can do something about this. So I know difference of square, if I factorize it, there are 2 brackets. One is plus, one is minus. In this case, this will be x, x, y, and y. Okay? So I have factorized this. And then this is a plus, so I was going to put a plus there. And here, what can I take out? I can take out 4. Alright, I can take out 4. And what's going to left in my bracket? I am left with x plus y. And then left with x plus y. Okay? Now take a look over here. Okay? Now if you notice, there's a common factor over here which I can take out. Alright? And then what's going to be left in my bracket is just going to be this. Now, but of course for this, so for some of you it might be difficult to see. So I'm going to use the let method so that you see properly. So again, let's call this A. Alright, let me just call this A here. And this one, let me call this B. Alright, and this is basically plus for A. Alright, plus for A over here. Okay, now it's easier to see. Now we can take out our common term, which is the A over here, correct or not, which is this one. So if I take out that, what I will get is A, and what's left in my bracket is basically B plus 4. Correct or not? Now we are going to open back up our A and B. Our A in this case is x plus y. Alright? It's x plus y. And then I have another big bracket. So my B is x minus y. Okay, and plus 4 is just plus 4 over here. Okay? So that's the final answer, and this is the practice for pairwise factorization. Okay? Now, let's look at this question right now. Alright? The question over here says, find the expression of the total area. Alright? Now, this looks a bit handful, for us to do. So what can I do over here is, I can split this, alright, into 2 parts, which is going to help me to solve this easier. So I'm going to call this A, I'm going to call this B, alright? So find the expression of the total area. Right, we're interested in area, and A and B are just a bunch of rectangles, and we already know how to find area. It's basically just base times height, right? So over here for area A, so I'm just going to write here, for area A, I have my base, I have my height. Okay, so all I have to do now is to input them into my formula. So I will have 2x and x minus 4. Okay, and I can just expand this accordingly. This multiply with this multiply with that I should get 2x squared minus 8x. Okay, looks good. So this is my expression for area A, which is this one. I'm coloring red right now. Now, let's find for area B, which I will do in blue in color, so you can compare. Now, again, to find my area B, if you notice, I have my height, check. But I still need my base. So where's my base over here? Is it 3x? It's not 3x, because this 3x is the representation of the whole length over here. So instead, I'm interested to find, okay, let me put this 3x lower so I can write what am I interested in. I am interested to find this length over here, right? That's my base. So how do I find this length? Okay, so to find this length, let me call this C, all right? To find C, I need 3x minus x minus 4, correct or not? So that's what I'm going to do. So I want to find the length C, all right? Length of C. So I will get the full length, which is 3x, and I'm going to subtract by x minus 4. Be very careful how you write that. Lots of times students will write as this. If you wrote this, this is wrong. Okay, this is wrong. Why? Because you are subtracting the whole thing over here. So do not forget to put your brackets. Okay, do not forget to put in your brackets like this. Now this is correct now. Okay, because if you don't put bracket, it's going to be different, all right? So when you're dealing with a subtraction operation, please always put bracket. Very, very important. Okay, right now we can solve this. So I'm gonna open up the bracket first. So this is gonna be 3x. I'm gonna distribute the negative sign. So that will give me negative x and plus 4. Okay? So what do I get here? 3x minus x, that will give me 2x plus 4. Okay? So that's length C. But I want to find the area of B. So I can proceed here with area B. Okay? So that's my base, which is 2x plus 4, and my height is x minus 2. And all I have to do is to multiply this by doing expansion. Alright? So let me do the first part. This times this. So I should get 2x squared minus 4x. Okay? And then I will do the bottom one. I will get 4x and I will get negative 8. Alright? Alright, so by right, what do we see here? This and this will cancel each other out. So what am I left with? It's just 2x squared minus 8. Okay? So I have found area B already. So therefore, I'll use my black pen now. So therefore, the total area, where that is what the question wants, is going to be area A plus area B. So we have found area A, which is 2x squared minus 8x, and everything I will add. Alright, I will add with 2x squared minus 8. Okay? Now some of you will ask, like, teacher, should I put bracket over here like this one? Now you can, there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, I strongly encourage. But the reason why I didn't put, because you are dealing with a positive, alright? So even when you open up the bracket, it will still be the same thing, you see? Positive, 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 negative. So it will be still the same thing. Unless you are dealing with a negative operation, please put bracket, okay? But it's always a good habit to put bracket, there's nothing wrong with that, okay? So in the end, I'm just gonna add this both up, alright? So 2x plus 2x squared, 2x squared plus 2x squared, that will give me 4x squared, alright? Minus 8x minus 8. So that is the expression of my total area of the shape, okay? So be careful with this, huh? Right, so right now the next thing I want, it's my perimeter. Right, perimeter is defined as the total area of the outside length. So there are a bunch of them over here. So let's start, okay? So we know, based on our previous calculation, we know that this guy is, where is it? 2x plus 4. Okay, because this length and this length is the same thing, correct? So any more missing length I have? Yes, I do. I am still missing this length. Okay, so let's call this length D. All right, so let's find out what's length D first. Length of D. Okay, so length of D, to find this, is basically this long length subtract with this. Now again, you are dealing with subtraction, so please remember to put your brackets. If you don't put, you'll get wrong. Okay, so what do I get? I'll get 2x minus bracket x minus 2. Okay, because you see, negative and negative, when you distribute it, that will change the sign. So what do I get here? I will get 2x minus x plus 2, which will give me x plus 2. Alright, so I know for D over here it's x plus 2. Okay, so therefore I can work out my perimeter now. Now this is going to be a very long working, but that's fine. Alright, let's do this. So to find the perimeter now, all I have to do is to add up all this expression over here. Now, to do perimeter, my strong suggestion is to make sure you have a starting point, alright, and then you just go clockwise. So that will be the safest way to prevent you from missing any length. So in this case, I will start from here. Alright, doesn't matter where you want to start from, so I will start from there. So from here, I will go clockwise until I reach back there. So I have x minus 4, okay? So I have x minus 4, and everything I will add with x plus 2. So I'll write x plus 2 here. Now again, we are dealing with an addition, so I don't put bracket because it's the same thing. But even if you want to put bracket, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that, okay? So this is going to add with 2x plus 4. And this one is going to add with x minus 2. And this whole thing is going to add with 3x. And finally, this is going to add with 2x. Okay? Now, always good to check back your sides. So x minus 4, alright, check. X plus 2, check. 2x plus 4, check. X minus 2, check. 3x, add x, 2x. Alright, everything is good. So we can start adding all up. Now what we good is for us to collect our like terms. Okay, so let's see what do we have. So I have x, 2x, 4x, 5x. I got 5x, I got 8x, I got 10x. So I add up everything, that will give me 10x. Now what about the numbers? So let's see. I have negative 4 plus 2, that will be negative 2. Alright, negative 2 plus 4, that will give me positive 2. Positive 2 minus 2, that will be 0. So that's it. So this is the expression of the perimeter of this shape. Okay?